This is question number 3 from the 2002 AP Calculus AB exam. So here we have an object in motion along the x-axis. We're given an initial position, and the velocity is given by this sine function here. So for part A, what is the acceleration of the object at t equals 4? Well, a of 4 is v prime of 4, and we can find that a few different ways. First, we can take the derivative of the function they give us, which is cosine of pi over 3t times pi over 3. So v prime of 4 is cosine of 4 pi over 3, and then that times pi over 3. Then that's negative 1/2 times pi over 3. So we get negative pi over 6 is the acceleration at t equals 4. Or what we can do is really just use our calculator, since it is a calculator question. Your calculator is going to give you a decimal answer, and it'll say that v prime of 4 is equal to negative 0.523 or negative 0.524, depending if you round or not. And part B, we've got two statements. Between 3 and 4.5, the velocity of the object is decreasing. Well, if you look at the graph, you'll see that the velocity of the object is decreasing between 3 and 4.5. The reason is that the acceleration must be negative on that interval. And they were kind of pointing us in that direction by having us evaluate the acceleration at t equals 4. 4 is in this interval here, and we found that it was negative. Now for the speed of the object to be increasing, the acceleration and the velocity must be equal signs. So for part B, what we need to do is find the velocity at t equals 4. So the velocity, where's our function? That's sine of 4 pi over 3. And sine is negative in the third quadrant. So we know that this is going to be a negative value. So we have that acceleration is negative, velocity is negative, and that means that the object of our speed is increasing. So both statements are true. So we'll say statement 1 is correct because acceleration is negative. Statement 2 is also correct because velocity at 4 is negative, and acceleration at t equals 4 is negative. Part C, the total distance traveled by the object. So we're definitely going to integrate between 0 and 4. But we don't want just displacement, we want the total distance traveled. So we need to take the absolute value of this function. So there is our integral. You're going to use your calculator to evaluate that. And that should be your answer. Finally, part D, what is the position of the object at t equals 4? So now, since we want that displacement, we're going to go from 0 to 4 of v of t without the absolute value. And I think they gave us an initial position. Yes, our initial position at t equals 0 is 2. So we add 2 to this. And again, we're evaluating the integral using our calculator, but you should get 3.432.